It's your boy LKJ 300. Y'all know I'm coming. This offseason for the Western Conference has been crazy. You got Kawhi Leonard getting traded to the Raptors for DeMar DeRozan. You got LeBron James going to the Lakers. You got Melo getting traded from the Thunder to the Hawks, going eventually get this buyout, and he 99% chance going to sign with the Rockets. And there's so many people talking about what will the Rockets do next season, who will stop the Warriors, what LeBron James going to do, is he going to have enough to win a championship and stuff like that. But I think people are really missing one key part in the West, that with this trade with Carmelo Anthony going to the Hawks, the Thunder probably got the 6th man of the year next year, and Dennis Schroder. The past couple years, people like me has been saying that when Russell Westbrook gets off the court, there's no point guard. There's no one to carry that load offensively and defensively. You got Raymond Felton last year, but he's older. He's older. He can't do what he usually does, and he can't run offense like Russell Westbrook. They got Dennis Schroder, a player that averaged 19 points a game last year. I think 6 assists. He is like a Russell Westbrook. He is very fast. He is a mid-range deadeye. I mean, he can do everything on offense. He moves the ball around, and he can play defense. And people are not talking about that. And to me, the Oklahoma City Thunder, as we sit here right now, is the 2nd best team in the Western Conference. You got Carmelo going to the Rockets, which I said that with Trevor Ariza leaving, they got worse if they get Melo, because I know, like I always say it, James Harden, Chris Paul, and Carmelo are going to be dogs on offense. But I'm talking about defense, and people and everybody keeps saying about the Rockets, they got to beat the Warriors. To beat the Warriors, you do not play like the Warriors. You don't expect to shoot threes all day and beat the Warriors, because the Warriors' defense is very underrated. They play a lot of defense. Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, they're going to put him on a player that's not really out there to shoot. But Kevin Durant, Draymond Green, and Klay Thompson, they're going to guard people. They're going to guard people. And about the Rockets, I don't know if Melo can guard people. He wasn't as known as a defender when he was young. He is older now, and you expect him to play all this defense, and he'll have to guard people like Kevin Durant. And then you talk about P.J. Tucker, where he can guard them. No, he cannot. He can be as strong and as physical as he wants to, but Kevin Durant is going to shoot over his head every single time. We see this every single year. Like I said with the Rockets, the offense is going to be very good. The defense, you lose Trevor Ariza, you lose Bob Mute, you just got Clint Capella back, but the defensive part is what I'm really worried about. With the Thunder, you got Russell Westbrook, Paul George. Paul George is an elite 3-and-D player. He is an elite two-way player. He is an elite star in the league when it comes to offense and defense. Russell Westbrook is going to play defense. He plays hard every single play. You got Robertson out there. He is a dog on defense. You got Adams that can play a lot of defense. And then you come off the bench with somebody like Dennis Schroder. I think Terrence Ferguson is going to be very good this year. I think he's going to be better than he was last year. Grant gave them great minutes last year. And I just feel like they're a more complete team with this signing of Dennis Schroder. He averaged 19 points a game as a starting point guard. He is a starting point guard for all these lower tier teams. But if you put him as a 6th man with Russell Westbrook and playing fast and playing that type of offense, he is going to be a dog. And I believe the Thunder right now, as we sit here, is the 2nd best team in the West. They talk about the Lakers. I think the Lakers got to build. They got to get chemistry. They got to do all this. But these main 2 teams they talk about is the Rockets and the Warriors. But people are not really looking at the Thunder, because with Russell Westbrook, Paul George, and Dennis Schroder, they are going to be a very good team. When Russell Westbrook come out the game, you really have somebody out there you can rely on that's going to get up and down the floor, who can play pick and roll, who can shoot jump shots, somebody that can pass the ball and get other people involved, while Paul George sitting out there. And Ferguson, I like Ferguson a lot. So like I said, he scored 19, 3 rebounds, and 6 assists last year as a starting point guard. Y'all think they'll trim down to about 14 points, 13 points off the bench. Dennis Schroder is going to be a complete dog. With the Rockets, offensive-wise, I like it. Defensive-wise, I don't know what's going to happen. So, to me, right now, the Western Conference is the Warriors and then the Thunder. Y'all let me know what y'all think about that. All right, I dropped these predictions last week on my Instagram. Make sure y'all follow me, LKJ300. And when I did the NFC North, it wasn't that hard for me to pick these teams and the records. With Aaron Rodgers coming back, even with every year Aaron Rodgers, I believe they'll win 11 to 12 to 13 games every single year just because of Aaron Rodgers. He is my second favorite quarterback. I love watching Aaron Rodgers play. He do stuff that I've never seen anybody else in the NFL do as far as throwing the ball and putting it right on the money between crowds and all this. So every year Aaron Rodgers is playing, I'm going to put the Packers first. That's just how it is in this division. I see him coming back, having an MVP season. I don't know if he'll win it. I got Drew Brees up there with him too, as able to win the MVP. But the defense, it should be improved by now. Aaron Rodgers is going to do what Aaron Rodgers does. So I see them going 12-4 with the Minnesota Vikings. They have a new quarterback. They won 13 games last year. They was extremely healthy. I don't think many of their best players got hurt last year. I see them dropping down to 11-5 this year with the new quarterback. And with Kirk Cousins, I like Kirk Cousins a lot. I think this is going to be a very good fit for him. I don't see them win those 13 games like I see it. I think they'll go 11-5 with the Detroit Lions. Everybody loves to say that I'm sleeping on Matthew Stafford. I'm not sleeping on him. I like Matthew Stafford. It's just with the Lions, I see them going 9-7 or 7-9 every single year, and it always ends up like that. I still haven't seen Matthew Stafford do what everybody's saying he's going to do. I hope he does it. But with the Lions, I just see them going 7-9 or 9-7 every single year. With the Chicago Bears, they got Mr. Trubisky with his second year. I think he'll be better this year. The team is not going to be much better. I see them still going 5-11. I love Jordan Howard a lot. They lost their receiver. I think his name Meredith. I forgot it. I think it's Cameron something. He went to the Saints, and like I said, it wasn't this hard. It wasn't hard to pick these predictions. Like I said, Aaron Rodgers is going to control the division. He's going to control it by far every single year he is healthy. The Vikings, I see them dropping down a couple games with Kirk Cousins being their quarterback. But Xavier Rhodes, you got Kendricks, you got Harrison, you got all these players on defense. They are still going to be dogs on defense. I'm just saying it now. They still going to be dogs on defense. I just don't see them as the same team they was last year. They get Dalvin Cook back with Kirk Cousins. This is going to be a very good team. Very good team. Matthew Stafford. I need to see more out of Matthew Stafford before I can say they are going to be more than 7-9 or 9-7. The Bears, they got a couple years left. I see them still going 5-11. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this. Like I said, Aaron Rodgers, a complete dog. Now, if I have any Steelers fans that subscribe to me, I want y'all to let me know how y'all feel about this in the comments. Antonio Brown told Dez Bryant, who is a free agent right now, who the Dallas Cowboys released, he said, come play with me at Dez Bryant. Let's get this chip, eat greedy, big plates. And when I first saw it, I said it'll work. Like, if all the stuff Dez Bryant is in his head that he wants to get back at the Dallas Cowboys, he wants to be the number one receiver, he wants to do all this. If he can get all of that aside and realize that if he plays with Antonio Brown, he plays with Juju Smith, he plays with Ben Roethlisberger and Le'Veon Bell, it'll be so much easier. He wouldn't be the number one option. He wouldn't be the number one receiver. Antonio Brown would still be. But if he can put all that aside, they could be literally some dogs. I look at the Steelers every single year. I say this. I say the Steelers are the most talented team in the NFL. Every single year to me, they look like the most talented team, and they always lose for some reason. I don't know why. That's why I love football so much. The best team doesn't win every single year because it's one game and anything can go wrong. But if you look at it with Antonio Brown, Juju, and Dez Bryant, who was a number one receiver, coming over there with Antonio Brown, Juju Smith, the field would be so spaced out. You would have Le'Veon Bell. You have to worry about that. You have to worry about Dez Bryant on one side, Juju Smith on the side, Antonio Brown on the side by himself, and Ben Roethlisberger throwing the ball. So that right there would be perfect to me. I see a lot of people say that, well, I saw a lot of comments that said the Cleveland Browns want him. I don't know if that'll work because they got a young core. They got a lot of young players, and I believe Dez Bryant to come in and try to be that number one receiver. You got Jarvis Landry, you got Tyrod Taylor. You got a young team that's growing. You got young. I want him to, if I'm Dez Bryant, I want to go to a team that's established, that can actually compete for a championship right now, compete for rings right now. And, bro, I'm telling you, the Steelers right now, if they add Dez Bryant and then everybody can stay healthy, everybody can stay out their ways, this will be a great team. This will be a great team. You got You still got the Patriots to worry about, a team that can beat anybody, whoever talented, how good they are, because they got Tom Brady, they got the best coach in the NFL. But if you put Dez Bryant and Antonio Brown together, they will be some complete dogs.